Hello and welcome to the Fast Track Travel Clinic with me, Simon Calder. First, Sarah Pottinger is looking for a flight between two of the Caribbean's biggest and most beautiful islands and can't believe the fares she's being quoted.
I'm really struggling to find a reasonable deal from Jamaica to Cuba and back in July. The cheapest quote I've had is $1,200 return. Any advice?
Cuba doesn't have the air connections you might expect as the biggest island in the Caribbean, partly because of the US economic embargo, so intra-island flights can be tricky and costly. The best solution I've found is to fly between the island's respective capitals, Kingston and Havana, via Grand Cayman. Round-trip fares are about $600. Now, the schedules don't dovetail, so it's not possible to make the journey both ways in a single day. You'll need to stay overnight in Grand Cayman, but treat this as part of the trip. And even when you've spent, say, $200 on accommodation and meals, you'll still be doing better than some of the other quotes you've received. Next, Tom Needham is a photographer who'll be travelling between Washington DC and Miami later this summer.
I'm looking for a quietish 4-day stopover, coastal preferred. Something that has photographic impact would be a bonus.
Tom, the whole east coast of the USA is full of interest, but one area that I think is overlooked by many visitors is the coast of southern Maryland. Just a couple of hours drive from Washington DC takes you to Ocean City, and beyond it the windswept wilderness of Assateague Island National Seashore. Further south you could make a pilgrimage to the Outer Banks of North Carolina, and the quintessential southern town of Savannah in Georgia is my final choice, with the added benefit of being about 9 hours drive south of the US capital, with only a further 7 hours to go to Miami. A recurring problem here at the Travel Clinic is when you buy a flight ticket but you don't make the first leg. Ross Stewart was flying from Naples via Rome to New York with his girlfriend last month.
Unfortunately, we missed the flight from Naples and joined the flight at Rome. As a result, we were charged more than we paid for the original tickets. Is it normal to be fined for missing a connecting flight?
Strange as it may seem, paying a fortune for a new ticket is absolutely normal, Ross. All the big network carriers stipulate you must fly all the sectors on your ticket or buy a brand new one at a much higher price. Between Naples and New York, there are no non-stop flights. That means lots of European airlines compete for the business, making typical round-trip fares around $800. But from Rome to New York, there's a premium for the non-stop flights. About $1,000 is an average fare. Some travellers have taken advantage of this discrepancy. As a result, the airlines police their rules very keenly, as I'm afraid you found out to your considerable cost. Finally, Stephen Hilsom is planning to move from Malaysia to Poland and has a delicate luggage issue.
I have 2 bottles of champagne to take with me. I can't imagine the regulations will allow me to carry the champagne in my hand luggage. However, would it be safe in my suitcase, in the hold of the airplane?
Stephen, you're right about the strict rules on liquids, aerosols and gases, or LAGs as they're known. While these are due to be relaxed in the European Union next year, at present even a quarter bottle of champagne would be too big for security. But millions of bottles with valuable contents are transported safely around the world every day. I've sought some advice from my local wine merchant, who suggests you protect the champagne inside an inflatable airbag, then place it in a stout cardboard box or tube. So long as you then pack it into a suitcase with hard size, the precious contents shouldn't lose their sparkle. That's all we've got time for in this session of the Fast Track Travel Clinic. From me, Simon Calder, bye for now and see you next time. Later on the Fast Track Travel Clinic, island hopping in the Caribbean without spending a fortune and transporting champagne without losing its sparkle.